Numbers don't lie, numbers don't lie. I got this you can't buy. Numbers don't lie, numbers don't lie.
Yeah. Mask Gang. It's been a while. It's been a while since we did one of these. The Crimson Mask show. It's a little bit different this time. It's a little bit different, but I digress. We gonna start off by Gunther basically being relegated to looking like a fucking puss. Like, I'm not even finna lie. I do not like this whole Gunther starting to turn face, starting to be friendly. I don't know if it's some act by Gunther, if he's trying to finesse, get one over on Damian. They got Gunther out here saying positive things about people when he known to talk about people like straight trash. They got him out here dissing his boy, Ludwig, who only came out to kiss his ass. Just be a humble servant. He kissed his ass, and Gunther embarrassed him in front of a live audience. Oh, man. Kofi. Kofi really starting to do some fake shit now. Y'all know, I always post the shorts, fire, mid trash, and I get a lot of comments where people keep saying that Kofi is going to be the one that turns heel on Xavier Woods. Well, I tell you, tonight was the first bit of evidence that, or whenever this video comes out, last night was the first bit of evidence that might be true, because Kofi was being fake as fuck. I'm not even finna lie. Kofi was talking shit about Xavier Woods, talking about truth. I don't know what's gotten into Woods, and Xavier Woods heard that shit. He heard it. So when they do an anniversary, don't be surprised if you get a festival of friendship situation where Xavier beat the shit out of Kofi Kingston. Or are we going to see a situation where Kofi gets Xavier before Xavier gets him? I think that's 100% on the table. I think that Kofi could be the one to turn heel. It could go either way at this point, but they just wasn't on the same fucking page tonight. Xavier Woods tried to help Kofi cheat, which I think makes it lean towards Xavier Woods being the one to turn heel, but either way it go, there's from the scrap, New Day from the end. Straight up. I don't know what else to say about it. Bronson Reed, he came down to the ring. He's still talking shit about Seth Rollins. Why the fuck you keep talking shit about Seth Rollins? Like, damn. How long you gonna fight? Like, you already done got your clout trying to fight Seth. So I'm trying to figure out why his big ass keep coming to the ring every week trying to challenge Seth Rollins. But anyway, y'all already knew Seth Rollins wasn't finna just sit back there and cater and eating and shit and just let Bronson Reed talk shit about him. So he came out there, started fighting him and all that shit. Next thing I know, these two motherfuckers just started jumping off the top of shit, jumping on top of each other, off the table, out of the ring. Seth, like, they done had like 5 brawls already, bro. Like, for real. Like, how many times? Now, Bronson himself, I swear to God, it seemed like he been brawling with motherfuckers every week. But somehow his big ass was able to jump from the ring all the way down to the motherfucking floor, landed on security, and Seth Rollins, I think his ass dodged it or something. He sure the fuck looked like he did. But anyway, these two motherfuckers continued to scrap, and Seth is clearly fucking tired of it, because he went straight to Adam Pearce bald ass and went over to him and said, I want a match right fucking now, blah, blah, blah. And Adam Pearce said, you want it? You got it. You know how he be overdoing it sometimes. Bloodline business. It's bloodline business. Now I know y'all probably tired of me doing the shorts about the bloodline, but who gives a shit? It's the bloodline, baby. Anyway, Sami and Jimmy still ain't on the same fucking page. They still got something going on. But let me tell you about the dumbest shit in the night. I swear to God, that shit was the dumbest shit I seen tonight. Sami Zayn approaching Seth Rollins after he just got out of a physical brawl with Bronson Reed, asking him to join their fucking team. I would have responded the same way Seth responded. And what was almost as equally dumb is Jimmy going up to Braun Breaker asking him for help. Did you just not realize that Braun Breaker took the belt from your brother, like, with some help from Solo, of course, but what the fuck, Jimmy? You could have asked somebody else. And then, to just keep the ongoing trend of stupid recruitment that took place on Monday Night Raw, Solo Sikoa thought that he could approach Seth and be like, yeah, man, Roman did you wrong. Help me. Motherfucker, he ain't finna help you either. You just as bad as Roman, bruh. Like, what was you thinking? The last thing I'm going to talk about in this episode is the segment between the Final Testament, The Miz, and the Wyatt Sicks. Man, Carrier had the Miz ass pressed. I ain't gonna lie, they had my ass fooled like a motherfucker. Like, I really thought he was gonna abuse the Miz. Look at the Miz. Look at him. I was bleeding. I don't think that was planned. Like, somebody must have stole off his ass or something, like, backstage. Because I don't think he was meant to be bleeding and shit. But either way it go, this turned out to all be a setup for the Miz to ambush the Wyatt Sicks. And I'm going to be completely fucking honest, I don't get it. The Miz slid in the fucking ring, hit Eric Rowan with a chair, and then he was just standing there. They was all just standing there looking fucking confused. And that made me fucking confused because I'm like, is he on the Wyatt Sicks side or is he on the Final Testament side? Turns out he was on the Final Testament side because his ass was hyper focused on fucking Eric Rowan. He kept hitting him with the fucking chair. He hit him with the skull crusher finale on the chair. It was almost as if that was the only motherfucker the Miz could beat, so that's who he was targeting. But I ain't like this segment, man. And people, like, they defending it. They like, oh yeah, well, it shows that the Wyatt Sicks is human. Well, I don't want them motherfuckers to be human. I want them to be psychotic. I want them to be so psychotic that they could whoop everybody's ass. But anyway, y'all, that's it for this episode. Peace out.